worth explaining what happened last week?
You just texted me.
Yeah, it just went through.
Both of them are in the same text?
Should be.
Okay, that's cool. It's fine. Leave it.
I can't be sure.
All right, here we go. Ready?
Yeah, no, the second one hasn't gone through yet.
Fuck it. I don't care.
Whatever.
That's right, kids. You're listening to Corey and AJ's Degenerate School of Wizardry. I am one of two hosts, and sitting across the table from me now and forevermore, the one, the only, AJ Davis.
And sitting across from me is my very good friend, Corey Shuba.
Degenerate School of Wizardry is a live call-in show, so if you want to participate, the number to do so is 920-CORRUPT or
920-267-7878. What is that?
This is episode number 7. It's your computer. You need to turn it down.
No, my computer's
There's a
down.
mic. I don't know what's going on here. Episode number 7. Here we go.
Buddy,
That was
here we
my
go.
fault.
Yeah,
man.
getting started on a good.
That's how we do, you know?
Yeah, I have said that our aesthetic is rickety. Rickety is our aesthetic.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we roll, man. Anything could go wrong at
what we
any
do.
given moment.
And that's all right. That's just how we are. Thank you for joining us here. We were supposed to do this last night, but some things came about, and we had to reschedule for today. But you guys are here back with us, and we appreciate that.
Actually, we did a show last week as well.
Turd Tuxedo.
Which we are affectionately calling Turd Tuxedo. Based on the fact that I was going to start a podcast previously, not realizing the bells and the whistles that go into it,
Right.
the planning. Literally thought, well, we could just start talking, and it was going to be with my friend Matt. And when I just went on to Ustream to figure out if we could do it from afar,
Right.
without paying, you cannot. But we had decided to call our podcast Turd Tuxedo, which is even worse than what we have.
Right.
Excuse me.
Nice.
Yeah. And so when we had to use my computer last week, that's what we were broadcasting under. Also, with Corey not having his computer, you couldn't hear anything.
Yeah, we didn't
It
have
was just us screaming at my computer.
we didn't have an audio input into AJ's computer, so
We did it about 1 hour.
We were fucked on all fronts from the beginning.
Yeah, nothing went well. And actually, that's probably how tonight's going as well. We don't have anybody listening, as far as I can tell. I mean, you have a better scope.
Yeah, I mean, and that's something that I don't really want to screw around with right now.
I gotcha. Dissuade people from listening. Yeah, I wanted to tell this story. I was reminded because we were sitting in here doing show prep, and we heard a noise outside. It just happened to be my neighbor being overzealous with his car door.
Yeah.
But I was reminded of the first apartment that Danielle and I ever shared, and I know you've heard this story.
Okay.
But
Is that the apartment that I fell asleep naked on the toilet?
Yeah. I mean, you were naked. You were you started out taking a shit.
Severely intoxicated.
Then you were sleep shitting.
Yes.
So you were sleep shitting.
That's a new one.
Yeah.
Sleep shitting.
It was a lot of snoring and farts. It was like. So we had a loft, and basically the apartment was on the second story. You had to go upstairs outside to get to the apartment, and then when you got in there, we had at the ground floor. It sounds way more hoity-toity than it was. Like, the ground floor,
right?
Was the kitchen and just sort of a living room area and one bathroom and a dining room area, and then upstairs was just a loft bedroom you could look over down.
Right.
Outside of that, we had a back porch up there in the loft, and it was a sliding glass door, so noise traveled through it pretty easily. And I had heard a noise like somebody hitting a car.
Right.
And I was like, oh God, is that our car? I was like, fuck it. we'll find out tomorrow because it's done already, right?
Nothing can do at this point.
Right. So I'm like, oh, God. And then about 30 seconds later, I hear a gentleman screaming at the top of his lungs, "Somebody please come help me. Somebody help me." And I'm like, don't help him. Don't do it. Don't help him. No. God, I mean, it's never a good thing. What could possibly happen? Why hasn't he called 911 if he really needs help? And he's screaming, and I'm like, oh, fuck. Well, if somebody dies and I didn't help, the blood is on my hands.
Yeah, you're going to live with that.
So, so I throw on some basketball shorts and a shirt, and I run outside. And he's like, I need you to call 911. My cell phone was stolen, and somebody kicked in our front door and shot my roommate in the leg.
Freaking out at this point. I would be freaking out.
I was like, well, I wasn't, because I, doing the logic thing in my head. These guys were not, they were definitely drug dealers.
Okay.
Like, they had people.
So you weren't surprised?
No.
People coming in and out all the time at this
waiting
place, right?
for them. You know a drug dealer, like, when they when people just wait outside their apartment because they're like, I really got to get whatever it was they had, right? So apparently, as the story is coming out more and more, he's like, yeah, they knocked on the door and my roommate answered, and when he saw that they were wearing masks, he tried to run up the stairs. It was one of those apartments where you open the door and you immediately go upstairs.
Gotcha.
Your ex had that.
Yep.
And so as he was running up the stairs, he got shot through the butt, and it came out his thigh. Ugh. Which it did. I don't think
that's a dangerous place to be shot.
What is it, carotid artery?
Yeah, right there.
I don't think he hit that.
Okay,
but,
good deal.
So I call 911.
He would have bled out if he would have hit it.
Yeah.
He'd be dead.
So I call 911, and she's asking me questions. She's like, did they steal anything? And I'm like, well, I think all the fucking, silver is here. All their forks and knives are here, but I think they probably stole something else, if you know what I mean. And she's like, I got you, sir.
Yeah.
And so she's like, can you go in the house? And I was like, No.
Fuck that.
No, I just told you somebody was shot in there. Why would I go in there?
Actually, I can't go anywhere near that front door.
Yeah. So all of a sudden, like, two of the other neighbors run up the stairs, and I'm like, shh. Okay, there's no gunshots. I can go inside. So I walk in, and I walk up the stairs, and I'm talking to 911, and this dude.
What are you giving him, like a play-by-play as you're walking
I'm
through the place?
Because she's like asking me all these questions. Okay. She's like, just look around. Do you see anything? Is it trash? And I'm giving her every answer I can. And the guy, so the other guy that's not shot, running around like a chicken with his head cut off. He's fucking fumbling with everything. He's like, I'll be right back. And he's like running to other rooms and
flushing drugs.
Yeah, I guess he's doing something. Yeah. So he comes back out, and his friend is laying there with a T-shirt on his wound. Right?
He comes out with a foot-long joint. He's like, "Everyone, we gotta smoke this.
We gotta smoke this right now." And so he says, he's like, the guy on the floor is like, "I can't hold this shirt here anymore. I don't feel good. I can't hold it myself." And the dude, the other not shot guy, is like, I finally get off the phone with 911. Mm-hmm. And he looks at me and he's like, "Hey, can you
hold that?
Can you hold this T-shirt on his leg?" And I was like, "Oh no, I don't know you, and I don't even know what drugs you're selling, and no, I have to leave. Right. I have to be going because, and as you know, I have the worst gag reflex. So as I'm standing there, I'm fighting it, tears in my eyes, mouth watering, and I'm like, no, I can't."
The fact that you didn't throw up on his wound, is fascinating to me.
God, how bad would that have gone? So I'm trying to leave the apartment, and I'm walking down the steps. And all of a sudden, the door gets kicked in again. Okay. And I'm like, "Oh, it's over. They came to kill every witness." Like, and I'm the first one here. I'm the one going down the steps. But it's the cops. And they're like, "Everybody on the floor." And I'm on the steps.
Right.
So I'm like, I can't exactly do that.
What did you do? Did you turn around and lay on the steps?
I went...
Why'd you go down?
Head down.
Why would you do
that? Dude.
Okay.
This wasn't a situation I planned to be in. Plus, I'm yelling at them. "I'm a good guy. I called you."
Right.
So I'm yelling that while laying down, sliding this way.
Okay.
And so that was my gunshot story. But that's what I thought of when I heard the door. Because my immediate thought was that somebody had hit our car.
I thought someone hit my car. I freaked out just now. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Anyways.
So I know you got some stuff to talk about.
Yeah, we're going to rehash some of the stuff that we talked about last week.
On Turd Tuxedo.
Turd Tuxedo. I'm hiccuping right now. I apologize. Okay, so for my job, I drive around businesses to businesses. I have a route every morning, and I inspect fire suppression systems. Well, what company I go to do an inspection at is one half dozen or the other. But the one that I had gone to on yesterday, just made me think a little bit. Like what they do is set up end of life care equipment in people's homes, so when people come home from the hospital to die, they have like respirators and shit like that,
Right.
And this isn't like a company that like
literally bells and whistles. I mean, it's
the whole time. And this company doesn't set up like beds and stuff. They set up like the hardcore equipment, so like they
keep them alive.
You got it.
Yeah.
But it dawned on me because walking through their facility, and they have outbound equipment and inbound equipment, because when the equipment comes back, it has to be sterilized, prepped, ready to go back out in the field. Well, the same techs that take that stuff out to set it up are the same guys who go to pick it up and bring it back.
Right.
So I was thinking about that, and I was like, man, that must be a total mind fuck. Like going to this person's house, setting up this equipment, knowing the next time you go back there to get your equipment,
right,
the person you're setting up for, the client,
their soul is all over it, and
they're dead.
The stink of death.
Yeah.
Gad.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
Think about that.
Disgusting.
Like, I was just like, I totally, I was impressed that, number one, but I was like, man, what a mind fuck. And I thought about it all day, and got like, it made me depressed for some reason, but I don't know, like, could you work in the death industry, if you will? I mean, i.e., like, funeral homes?
That job, it depends who you deal with when you set up the equipment. You know what I mean?
I'm sure you're dealing with family members. I don't know.
But are you setting it up when the people are home from hospice or whatever?
I think what you're doing...
Because if you're looking at them like, oh, if you want to do this yourself, and then you have to like, oh... Mr. Johnigan or whatever was so fucking nice, and he understood, and now fucking I have to go back to the empty room where he turned into lifeless worm meat.
Yeah, essentially.
I don't like that. Yeah. If I had to talk to just his family, but then I could be like, hey, I don't want to see you again, so when I pick this up, don't be home.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be rough too, because when you come back, you're like, hey, how's it going? You can't say that.
I don't want to hug people I don't know.
Oh yeah,
unless you can do that job completely hammered, and then you're just like, hey, come here, buddy, come here. I know it's tough. Let it out.
Want a beer?
Let it all out.
I brought two.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was funny though, because my sister reminded me that when I was younger, I had aspirations of owning my own funeral home when I grew up.
Yeah,
quote unquote, which still isn't a bad idea, because any business where you're always going to have business is smart business.
Yeah, people always die.
Always. So there's going to be a need for it somewhere down the road, And I came to the conclusion that I could still do that. I just wouldn't be able to work there. I wanted to make
own it. I wanted
Yeah, I wanted to make it a family business and have like my parents work there.
Like my girl?
Yeah. Or 6 Feet Under, that show.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, very much like that. Because that's how you make the most amount of money, instead of having a place. But then I've come to realize that I wouldn't be able to work there. Just would be a total mindfuck.
I feel like I would lose my mind. Like literally, I would end up at some point just sitting and staring at dead bodies.
Now, what would be a more difficult job? Going to set up equipment for someone is going to die, and you have to go pick it up, or those people who go in to clean like crime scenes, like massive blood on the carpet, and you're like dealing in hazmat suits and like working in that type of like.
I think the
second one.
I'd be better with the second one. Yeah. You get the hazmat suit, and you're just like, well, this is filthy.
It's unpersonal, or what's the word? It's not personal.
Impersonal, yeah. I think I wouldn't be able to own or work at a funeral parlor, because you can have sex with the bodies. You're welcome.
Yeah, dude.
No,
My mind just exploded. I was like, I'm just trying to think. You're choosing not to own the business to
just because I don't want to fuck corpses.
Just because you'd be tempted to explore necrophilia.
Not off the bat. It would be after I started losing my faculties and I heard them talking to me.
I know you're joking, but it's still too far. It's gross.
That's too far.
That's too far.
I'm just saying.
This is going out there on the interweb, and somewhere down the line they were like, "Well, we knew he was fucking crazy, but he did that episode about fucking dead bodies. That's what he's into."
I'm just saying. It would be after I started losing my faculties and started seeing like Dr. Giggles. You ever see that movie?
No.
Oh God, his father owns a morgue.
Okay.
And he cuts his mother dies, and he's like 9. And he sews himself in her belly and then cuts his way back out.
It's like reverse human centipede.
It's
I like that.
Weird, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't think I could work in the death industry. I mean, I've actually thought before, like, oh, go to school to be a nurse with all the Spanish people that do that. And nope. I don't need people coming in coughing at me. And being a nurse, bodily fluids, none of that is okay.
Yeah, I don't see you changing bedpans and or helping wipe someone after they've used the bedpan and or giving someone a sponge bath.
Or I mean, that's not even that bad. I'm talking about just putting an IV in someone's fucking arm. Like, all right, sir, you're gonna feel a little bit of a pinch. You're gonna feel a pinch. You're gonna feel just a little bit, okay? Hold on, just let me. Are you okay? I'm okay. Are you okay? And then I vomit all in the bedpan that he was just shitting in, splashing my face. Is that too far?
No.
No. Shit splashing me in the face while I vomit into a bedpan. Is that okay?
That's totally okay. Fucking dead bodies, on the other hand, that's crossing the line.
Oh God, ICP's been doing it forever.
It's funny that you mentioned bedpans though, because it kind of like snakes into the next thing that I wanted to talk about.
Which I know what you're going to talk about, and using the word snake to talk about going into a segue is perfect, because that's what they were going to need.
So, go to another business, same day, drive all the way out to Leesburg. The night before, I had gotten down on a copious amount of Taco Bell.
All right, never a good thing.
Never a good thing.
Were you drunk?
No. Woke up driving to Leesburg. It's a bit of a drive, you know, about an hour. 30 minutes into the drive, I get the good old boom.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, fuck. Make it to the destination. Starting to sweat a little bit. Mm-hmm. But for whatever reason, when I get into work mode, like I'm working, you know, I kind of cut it out of the back of my mind.
You put it to the back of your mind.
Or put it to the back of my mind,
yeah.
Sorry. So I finished the inspection, I get the paperwork signed, and then I politely ask, hey, is there a restroom I can use? And the girl, it's a brand new building, beautiful facility. And she's like, yeah, it's right down the hall on the right-hand side.
Like, don't fucking fall asleep in there.
She does not know the chupacabra. She's never met that guy. So I go into the bathroom, man.
Kill it. Destroy it.
Dude.
You were working in the death industry right there.
Yeah. Straight up Niagara Falls for my rectum, bro. It was peeing from the butt, if you know what I mean. It was ridiculous.
Like you had 2 faucets on each like kneecap, and you were just like, "Whoa,
full blast!
Here we go!" Yeah.
It was almost like those jetpacks on the water.
I'm
pretty sure I hovered over the toilet for like a good 30 seconds.
Brown water hover pack.
It was crazy. So I finish and I wipe, and then I stand up and flush.
And
then the most horrible thing that you can do when you flush the toilet happens.
Yeah. Now, was it coming up fast or slow at you?
Oh, it's coming up pretty slowish. But here's the thing that threw me off. The toilet paper's still on top of the water.
Right, so it wasn't the before toilet. You.
Exactly. And I was
but
like,
still, who's it going to look like?
Fuck. It's going to look like me.
Yeah, of course it
and
is.
that water's coming up, and it's coming up quick. Now, I'm freaking out because it's like a newer building. They have like nice bathroom mats on the ground. So I'm trying to figure out a way to stop the water. And there's like, I'm panicking. I'm like jumping this way, jumping that way, jumping this way, jumping that way. I'm like freaking out. And just then leave. The water breaches the top of the bowl.
No,
and
I'm leaving.
Going everywhere.
Mather.
It's hitting this brand new mat. I'm freaking out. I can throw them out of the way. There's no toilet plunger. There's no nothing.
It's a one-person bathroom?
Yeah. There's
Nice.
one. Yeah. And I'm like trying to avoid the shit water. I'm freaking out. And then the water stops. And I'm like, okay. Now there's diarrhea on the floor.
Right.
Wet diarrhea, Matt. And I don't know what to do, man. Like, what do you do at this point?
You chalk it up as a victory. You got to stick one in your client's butt. And, I mean, no pun intended, but you chalk it as a personal
Shit.
accidental victory, and you bid them adieu.
Yeah.
And you walk out with a smile on your fucking face, and you say, "Fuck you guys."
Well, I wasn't. I
know
felt
you weren't
really bad.
aiming. You weren't aiming at the.
I felt really bad about the whole thing, but I just ditched out, dude. Like,
You have to. You put your head down, hope they don't recognize you. Like when you go back in 6 months.
luckily,
And like, that's the toilet clogger.
this guy.
If he asks for the bathroom, you tell him 7-Eleven's 3 blocks away. Go clog their fucking bathroom.
I open the door, go down the hallway, and there's no one around, luckily, and I just out the front door, into the truck, and I didn't even load up my GPS for my next stop or anything. I was just like,
Yeah, right out of there.
Drove down the street, then stopped and did the paperwork thing.
Now, have you noticed
God.
we cannot get through a half an hour of a podcast without talking about shit in some way?
Oh, that's great. I mean, that's just,
that's shit.
pretty much what we, I mean, I had a website dedicated to shit.
Yeah.
So it's just part of what I am.
We should get tattoos that say SREAM,
Okay, I'm following you.
but it's like an acronym, much like the Wu-Tang Clan's CREAM,
Okay.
which is cash rules everything around me, except SREAM would
Shit.
be shit rules everything around me. Yeah,
I
or
like it.
Preem. Preem kind of sounds better. Poop rules everything around me.
Yeah, I don't like the word poop.
No?
Not a fan of that one. It just sounds childish to me, so I don't like to use it. Like,
Do you like the word boob?
I had to poop.
I like her boobies. Do you like boob or boobies?
Boobs are fine. Boobies is not,
I
because
do.
of the way you just pronounced it.
Boobies.
Yeah, you can't not do it. You know.
I'm a Valley girl.
I like the
boobies.
word tits,
No?
breasts. No, I like those words.
You can't.
Boobs,
You can't.
rack, chest.
You can't talk to girls. Even, like, I can't talk to my wife and say, like, hey, nice tits. Like, you.
Yeah.
That's only.
I don't know.
You can only say it in sexual situations or exclusively to your friends.
I don't know. I think there is some situations in bar settings where you've got a couple drinks in you, and this random person that you don't know, you're just talking to her, and you're like, and by the way, you have great tits.
No,
Chicks
I don't think
love
that's
that.
okay. I don't think that's okay.
I think it is.
How drunk are these chicks?
Pretty drunk,
More drunk than you.
maybe.
Yeah.
And
they're like, he said that city.
It's nice tits.
Yeah.
He's right. Look at him.
Look at this shoes. This your poop story right there reminded me of another story that I know you know, because we were hanging out at this time, or it might have been just before we started hanging out, but when I was like 16, I got a job at Hot Topic, and before my first interview to get the job there, I was riding with my friend Chris Ray.
Okay.
And
3 deep in the front seat.
no, he was driving me. This was 16. I didn't have a car then. My car I had that had shitted out. Remember, I drove that Honda Accord 86.
I do.
And then for 2 weeks I drove with the oil light on because I thought that was a suggestion to get your oil
You're
changed.
young, you didn't know.
Right.
When you see that
But
oil
2
light,
weeks,
hey,
2 weeks with that oil light on is fucking fantastic.
yeah, I was
in
about to
hindsight.
say, for all those tuning into the podcast at any given time, if you ever see that oil light come on, pull the fucking thing over.
Yeah, and get somebody to tow it and get your oil, get oil in there.
Get it oil in there.
You probably have a
pronto.
leak.
Yeah.
So
Don't drive on it for 2 weeks.
Chris, he used to live out by UCF Dean Road,
Right.
and he was driving me to the Altamont Mall to go to my interview, and he's like, "Do you want to smoke some weed?" And I was a little hungover already.
The answer was yes. Of
No,
course.
at first I was like, "No, I'm going
really?
to an interview." And Chris Ray, being the ever charming bastard he is, was like, "Oh, you'll just get a little high, throw some eye drops in, you'll be so much more relaxed."
Right.
charming. You'll be fine. So
It sounds like a bad idea because I know who you are. That's Paranoia City. Like, unless you're in a comfortable environment where you feel relaxed.
But I wasn't. I was interviewing, so I was already going to be nervous. So paranoia goes crazy. All right, so here's what happens. I get to the mall about an hour before my interview.
Right.
And I know you know the Altamont Mall. It's got the big food court, and in the right-hand corner is the men's room.
Right.
And so I go in there, and
you could probably take care of being high in an hour before an interview, though, because like you could hit the food court. Yeah, but you could still hit the food court, eat a Cinnabon, drink a coffee. Okay.
Immediately had to shit because of my hangover.
Okay.
Straight diarrhea.
Oh yeah.
The gravity of the situation was fucking awful, and I didn't pay attention.
Did you have the shakes running into the bathroom? Like your butthole is like ready to let go?
My chest is not as far forward as my crotch because I'm squeezing that shit back in my butt.
Right.
So my middle is in front of me like a cartoon. Like I'm just running like this. And so I get in there and I sit down, and in my haste to sit down, I don't look at what's going on in the toilet.
Oh no.
Okay. So this is all fucking absolutely true, and I know that I've told this exact story to you. A lot of people don't believe this is a true story.
Okay.
So, oh shit.
Nah.
Is that the picture I sent you?
No, it's not.
So I sit down, and I don't realize that somebody has already laid a basically the Pangea of toilet paper in this toilet ahead of me. What's happening?
You're saying that your mic keeps cutting in and out.
Great.
I don't know. That.
Alright.
AJ's mic is not working.
Yeah,
we're gonna switch. Hang on. I'm gonna switch you over.
We're back to 2 where I used to be. Can you hear me now, guys?
Oh,
holy shit.
Sorry about that. Hang on.
Can you guys hear me now?
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? It's a song, I think. I don't know.
It's How You Like Me Now.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm an asshole. How you like me now? All right, guys.
So,
hang on. Anybody out there in TV land can help us out. Sorry about this, guys. It's technical difficulties. I will be buying a new board in the new year. 2013 will be a total upgrade to our system, and this type of bullshit is not going to happen anymore.
We're good. Okay.
Good.
Your mom's saying we're good.
My mom always the go-to for technical supports. Thank you, Mom.
Okay.
And continue with your sorry.
Okay. So I rush into the bathroom and I don't realize that somebody has already laid down a good framework of toilet paper in this toilet. I just had to get there.
They're like building a house with toilet paper.
Yeah.
Right?
So I let go and I throw it all out there, right? Fucking straight up lake water.
Oof.
Yeah, dude. So I get
like
done.
Motor oil, like.
Well, I mean, there was some debris, harder parts that sort of like arrested on top.
Oh, gotcha.
Of all this, right? So I go to wipe my ass, and I stick my fucking finger in the hottest piece of shit ever. It's so hot, dude. Like if you stuck a thermometer in it, it would say like 96 or 98.6 degrees because it had just come out of my body. Yeah.
Right.
And so I stick my finger in that, and I'm like, oh, no. And I'm like, oh, okay, one thing at a time. Just I'm trying to wipe it, right?
Clinical.
But like, right, so I'm trying to wipe it with toilet paper, but then it's all in between your nail and in the cracks, right? So I'm like, okay, we'll handle that later. So then I'm like, okay, well, let's flush.
Right.
So here's where I flush it, because I'm like, then I can wipe my ass without worrying about sticking my finger and shit. And that's when I look between my legs, and the water is now coming
It's coming to get you.
At me. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to do because I can't pull my pants up because I haven't wiped my fucking ass yet. And the water's coming at me. I've got shit on my fingers. So as high as I am, what I think the best thing to do is to perch myself onto that metal part at the back of the like public toilet.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And the handicap bar.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
So you're like, blink.
So now I'm pants around the ankles, stoned off my mind, shit on my finger, and I'm perched between two metal parts
As water's coming
while
out of the toilet.
shit water and old toilet paper flow
Jesus
out.
Christ. That's a nightmare.
Right. No, it was still... I didn't know what to do. Like,
Right.
I was so lost and scared.
Yeah.
Like...
I'm going to jail.
Yeah,
covered
no,
in
I had
shit.
no idea what was
Fuck
going on.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So finally the water stops and I step down and it's just like splish, splish, the second I hit the ground, right? I finally just fucking wipe my ass. I wash my hand as best I can. You can't get it all out. Not without like a pressure washer. I go to my fucking interview and as I'm walking out, dude, all I can do is look around at the floor and there's shit everywhere.
Yeah.
There's just shit all over the floor. And that's a big bathroom. But from corner to corner covered in my shit, whoever killed it before me, and had to go to my interview. And just as a side note,
How, did your pants get wet at all? Like around the ankle?
I was wearing shorts.
Oh, okay.
Really big on the cargo shorts since I was like 16.
Yeah.
So
And you were going to Hot Topics.
yeah, so I had to look like a hardcore kid.
Naturally.
And so just as a side note with my paranoia, when I got to the interview, I came up with this fucking elaborate lie about how I had just flown back home from California and I was crazy jet lagged. I had just got in that morning and I was crazy jet lagged. So if I look a little tired, you know, during the interview, just know I've just been up for so long.
Too much information.
Entirely too much.
Yeah, that's one of those situations where you don't say anything until someone says something to you, and then you're
Yeah.
like, "Oh yeah,
No,
I just got off an airplane."
I explained it to them first. I wanted to beat them to the punch so that they wouldn't be like,
so they
"Is
would
he
be
high?
comfortable.
If he's high, we're not hiring him."
Pretty funny though, considering Hot Topic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
I mean, I would be concerned if someone came to a Hot Topic interview and they weren't stoned. And they were like, "Hey, I'm really looking forward to this opportunity, blah, blah, blah." I'm like, it's not really the culture we got going on here.
Well, back then, Hot Topic was like not reputable. I
No,
wouldn't say
no,
that.
absolutely
No.
not.
But at the same time,
It was
what
it
they
was
are now is a totally
Chinkos
different
and, like,
monster, though.
They're corporate now.
Yeah, and they were corporate then, but they
were
appealed to a
fringy.
more underground.
That might be the genius of their first startup, because they were corporate as fuck, but
Right.
they masked it as something that we bought into as kids.
Yeah.
We're like,
I mean,
this store,
But still, I mean, they were selling stuff that they don't sell now.
No.
I mean, they're almost to Spencer's Gifts now.
You could get the Cradle of Filth shirt that said "Jesus Christ is a fucking cunt" on the front of it. That's where Josh got it. It was at Hot Topic.
It depends on the Hot Topic. A lot of malls are owned by Simon, I believe.
Simon Malls. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's only like 3 mall companies.
I
in
don't
the
think
nation.
Altamont Springs was Simon's.
No, I don't know.
Back then.
But I know that
It switched hands.
like
when
Simon
I worked there.
Simon Malls, when I worked for Hot Topic, was able to walk into stores
Right.
and especially Hot Topic,
Read 'em.
look up and say that shirt's coming out.
Yeah.
That shirt's coming out. That shirt's coming out. Although they're probably not as stringent as they were before. I mean, if like I said, Spencer's Gifts now is they have a dildo section,
Right.
which if you walk, like, if you don't know that and you walk into a Spencer's Gifts, like, I remember old Spencer's Gifts and it was just like birthday cards that was like, "You're how old?" with like a homeless guy giving the fingers, or like some big old fat lady. Mm-hmm. And now I was just walking around and I'm in sex doll dildo haven. It's almost a Fairvilla video.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
I don't know.
You want to talk about working at Fairvilla?
No.
No.
I don't want to talk about that. There are some stories that are embarrassing, and then there's other stories that will stay close to the chest. And if you're a real friend of mine in real life, you'll hear stories, but those are reserved for close friends. Anyways, we're coming up on a break.
I was just
we're
gonna
gonna
say,
do
now's
that. So if you guys want to call in when we come back from break, we would love to hear from you, especially if you have some embarrassing stories about clogging toilets, because everybody somewhere along the line has done that, and we'd love to hear how you handled the situation. But before we get into that, we're gonna go play a song. AJ made fun of me the last time I was in control of the music.
No, I didn't make fun of you. The Trumbles made fun of you.
Well, everyone made fun of
Okay.
me. My vagina picked the playlist, blah, blah, blah. Well, now I'm pulling my dick out. This is Alexis on Fire. This could be anywhere. And then we're going to kick it into a little Acacia strain. So hold on to your asses and enjoy this. We'll be back. This is Corey and AJ's Degenerate School of Wizardry.
Ta-da.
And now you can't hear the music. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Hold on. I'm gonna start that shit over. Why? Because I love this song so much. Once again, you're listening to Corey and AJ's Degenerate School of Wizardry. This is Alexis on Fire. This could be anywhere. And we're back. This is Corey and AJ's Degenerate School of Wizardry. The number to call in once again is 920-CORRUPTS.
920-267-7878. Not have been able to hear that music.
Have no idea, which is really pissing me off because
I also think we may have been getting fucked with, which isn't funny.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm figuring it out right now.
Because if we were getting fucked with, I just fucked with the whole system again.
The entire time.
anyone out there listening right now, if you could hit the chat room and let us know you could hear the music.
Nobody else bitched about not being able to hear the music. I just got it through text message, so.
Yeah. If anybody could
it doesn't matter.
Help us out with that, that'd be good. Only due to the fact that if we get a call,
it
won't go through. So it's. I appreciate the jest of someone fucking with us. It's funny, but in the same breath, it's really a ball buster because you're fucking with our setup, and actually there was no music. I mean, well, I got a text that said there was no music, but that was right after the break. At the beginning, remember when I couldn't hear it either and I was fucking with it. So if someone could text me and let me know, that would be great. Anyways, so something that we talked about during Tur Tuxedo was something that AJ was fascinated with, and was
O faces.
O faces. What your face looks like during an orgasm, and
I want people to. It's something I would like to know what people think their face looks like. You have to do a movie.
A celebrity.
A movie character.
Okay.
Because movie characters always look different.
What's that movie that Cher was in? Was it called Face?
Mask.
Mask.
You look like Rocky from Mask.
There you go.
Okay. I said on Tur Tuxedo, and I hold true, that I probably look like Cuba Gooding Jr. in radio. I dated a girl once that looked like Charlize Theron in Monster. Bad. Bad. I knew it would take you, but I just made that.
It's fucked up, but it's funny. Yeah. How did they pull that off with her?
It's not hard to make celebrities look bad. You just don't put makeup on them. You don't give them a fucking stylist. You don't let them brush their fucking hair.
You don't make them look like celebrities.
Exactly. I'm telling you right now, Corey, if we had a stylist, one of us, we would look like a fucking celebrity. We would walk into places.
I would not.
No, I guarantee you would. Well, the first thing they do is they'd pull your teeth out and
Fuck
give you
you.
veneers.
Yeah. We're gonna have to shave those down, break your jaw, move it forward.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They'd probably do the same thing to me too. I'd probably get, before they even let me go on camera, they'd give me braces, pull these chiclets all together, whiten the shit out of them.
I'm getting reports now that your mic is still cutting in and out.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wouldn't be our show if things went well.
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Unless it's that cord. I doubt it though.
I think it's the board. Honestly, I don't think it could be a cord. You bought the cords brand new.
I know. I switched channels too. Fuck.
You gonna try to put me on 3?
Yeah, we'll switch you over. We're doing a switch here, folks. Just
Here
bear
we
with
go.
us. We're gonna go over here to 3.
Really fucking our cadence and
The whole deal, just putting a kink in our whole operation here. So let me shut down channel 2 if that's the what's fucking up. I'm gonna bring back channel 4. Bring that up. Plug this in. Do something right here. Get a little music going. See if I can hear it. Now we can hear the music playing through the board right now. The question is, can people at home hear it right now? So if my technical crew out there in internet land could shoot me a text to let me know if you can hear the music right now, that would be great. Or if there's no music behind my voice at all. Yeah, I mean, it's something that we can't get angry about because we're still getting our feet wet here. And like I said, I am going to fix this fucking problem. You're kind of, a little bit. I know. Alright, I'm going to cut this out now. And hopefully... That's a damn good song. It's a damn shame no one could hear it. But anyways, so we were talking about in Tuxedo the O face, and I reminded myself of a funny incident where I'd gone out with a group of buddies of mine, and I was videotaping them skateboard, and I had got a graduation present from my parents was this badass camcorder. And the individual that I was with at the time, there was some tapes made, you know. And when I got out to this place where they were skateboarding, I'd taken that tape out, that sex tape, and put it on a bunch of other tapes. And some of those other tapes were really incriminating too. They were like party tapes from back in the day. Right, yeah. So like if we ever became some sort of political figure, that's something that would always haunt me in the back of my mind because yeah. Anyways,
among many things.
Yeah, it's a career ender right there. Actually, some of those was probably the genesis of what we're doing right now.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
On top of that, you'd have to, if you ever did become a political figure, have to deal with
not being able to spell words.
No, admitting that you hang out with somebody that would probably eventually fuck a corpse.
Oh yeah, that's that too.
It's on tape.
Yeah.
Known associates. It doesn't go well.
But anyways, after they were done skateboarding, we'd wrapped up everything and we left. And it dawned on me that I'd left those tapes sitting on a ledge behind this Publix or wherever the fuck we were. And I jumped in my car and hauled ass back to that location and couldn't hear the music there. I don't know what the fuck. Because when we were testing it earlier, it worked perfect.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
I don't know. One of the many problems.
They're saying that you're cutting out too. Oh. No, the music's working now.
Okay.
I can hear it now. The music. Yeah. Anyways. So basically, out there in the world is a tape of.
You and I really high. Stone crazy, smoking out of a Gatorade bottle.
Yeah, a gravity.
Fucking hobo.
Gravity bong.
Yeah.
Hey, remember? Were you there that night that the cops? You were there that night. So we were partying one night at this place that I lived, and we were being too loud, and the neighbors called, and 3 of Altamont Springs' finest show up. And they were at the door. I think you were passed out already on the futon.
Good.
Yeah.
You never get in trouble if you're passed out.
Yeah, you're already out. And the cops are like, "Hey, you guys are being too loud. Just tone it down a little bit. Part of this whole thing is that we have to come in. Is that okay?" And I was like,
"That's not true. I mean, back then we didn't know, but I don't."
Oh no, that's definitely not true. But we were kids, you know. And then I'm like, yeah, no problem. Come on in, you know, like fucking wasted. Yeah. They come in, walk around the apartment, go out on the porch, and on the porch is like a plethora of smoking devices. Right. Homemade smoking device, and
looked like a prison.
And the cop was super cool about it. Though. He just came out and he's like, "Hey, everyone out here, if you guys could just be quiet, that would be cool." Looked at the table, looked at everything, and was like, "Have a good night." Turned around and walked out. I was like, "What?"
All right, guys, if you do me a favor and shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I don't want to do all this paperwork.
That's basically what it was. Yeah. And then they left. And anyways, so yeah, there's that videotape floating out there, and then a videotape of my many O faces, which is just not good.
Is it night vision?
Oh, it's night vision, of course.
It doesn't get worse than that.
No, people look crazy in night vision.
You had an awesome O face.
Night vision negates that.
You started coming and you look like fucking George Clooney. You with night vision on, still no AJ.
No. Oh, really?
That's what I just got just now.
How is that possible? We're switching them all over the place.
I don't know.
Here, let's try this.
Let's try it.
Let's do this. I got an idea. Hang on. Talk.
Yeah, all right. I just, this is...
Well, no, that's not gonna work.
It's not gonna work.
Just put you back on 2. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
Back on 2. The original. And here we are.
Yeah, we went from having a great first segment to this bullshit.
Seems to be the story of our lives. It can't be that.
Oh, sorry, bud. That was kind of plugged in shot actually.
Okay. Well, here we are.
I don't know what to tell you. It's hard for us sitting here because
We check
as you
everything
can
ahead
see,
of time.
we have headphones in, and our output headphone, we can hear each other talk.
Yeah.
So as far as what's coming out of the board, AJ's, he's working. Why it's not going through?
Once we get a new board, we'll know if it's actually Ustream,
Right.
or if it's this board. I mean, the board was bought secondhand, so we don't know. Could be Ustream fucking with us, trying to get money.
Yeah, because Ustream wants us to pay $99 a month to have their service, and we do the free version. I don't know. Here's an easy test too. Let's do this. I'm gonna switch you out. Put me in 2. Put you in 1. And this will be a clear indicator if it's the cord, because if that channel's not working. So if someone could do us a solid and text us right now and let us know if you can hear me
I was
if you
back
can hear
for
AJ.
a second. Before you switched it, because just now he's back.
Oh, it might have been because I messed with your cord.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if that's the case, then both of us should be working now. I'm not switching anything.
Yeah.
All right. 30 seconds ago, he's back.
All right. So.
Fuck it. I don't even know what the fuck we were just talking about.
Oh, if you look like George Clooney with your O face, but you're in night vision,
it totally negates it.
you're still gonna look like Donkey from Shrek.
I still don't think it's funny that a Hollywood stylist would instantly pull all my teeth out.
No, well,
You
gotta the Colosseum in Rome didn't become. I don't know where I'm going with that. I'm just saying. Yeah, no. The first thing they do to me is like, we gotta get rid of all of your hair completely, or you have to.
What do you mean, like powder?
No, like just bick the shit out of my head. A powdered wig, yeah, actually. Be like, ball's not sexy anymore. You need to wear a powdered wig. We're gonna make that cool.
We're bringing back the 1700s.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Now, what else you got, man?
Sorry about that. Anyways.
Now we're both working. Good. Finally.
All right. We just passed the Christmas holiday season.
Yeah. Thank God.
I
fucking hate Christmas.
We had 2 polar opposite experiences when it came to this year's Christmas. And let me explain. My Christmas was extremely low key.
Uh-huh.
Your Christmas was the exact opposite of that. Yeah,
right.
relatives in town.
My wife's entire family came.
You got the baby.
Yeah.
So how was your Christmas, man?
How
was that experience?
It was fine. We have since the baby turned 2 or 1.5, we have this problem where always her best gift is one we can't actually wrap, right? And it's one that you can't just nonchalantly bring into the room. So you put that one out there, right? And just leave it there. And this has happened 2 years in a row. Last year, We gave her one of those Fisher Price big old plastic cars.
Right.
You know what I mean? The one with the Fred Flintstone thing at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And last year, she came out, and it was our first Christmas in this house. We had only been in the house about a month. And she fucking got in the car and wouldn't get out of the car to open any of her presents. And that was last year.
Yeah.
And then this year, we got she got this fucking giant table train set thing, right? It's like the wooden tracks with the two grooves.
Why did why did you guys know she wanted that?
Well, every time we go to any fucking science center or any fucking place with these, I mean, it's a wooden toy. It's amazing to me that she loves it so much. But fucking she she saw that and just wanted to play with that. Because every time we go to some place that has that, no matter, we went to this place in South Florida, like a science center sort of place, and we found that, and this place is fucking gangster. Like, the whole thing was like a jungle gym, and all she wanted to do was play with these trains.
Right.
So we got her that, and then the rest of the fucking morning, for like an hour and a half, we're coaxing her into opening the rest of her fucking presents.
Not feeling it, huh?
No, because she just wanted to play with that, which is like, oh, come on. Can we just get through Christmas? I mean, my wife and I kept it low-key this year because we spent so much money on the baby. That table is fucking expensive.
Yeah, dude. It's,
Came with a lot of pieces. It's just so fucking expensive. So we spent a lot of money on her, and we kept it low-key. I posted it on my Facebook, but the screenshot of my phone where my friend Christian texted me and said, "What did Black Santa get you?" And I wrote basketball tickets, ironically, because my wife did get me basketball tickets. We're going to see the Heat play the Magic in Miami in March.
Oh, awesome.
Because I'm a Heat fan.
Yeah, big time.
And I got her a purse from Disney that we had been looking at. Looks like one of those you know that show that came out with Christina Ricci, the Pan Am.
Yep.
Like 60s.
Gotcha.
Looks like 60s luggage. And it's got like a Mickey Mouse on it with
so it's a purse?
The world. It's like a purse bag luggage. I don't know.
You guys
I'll show it to
use
you.
it for the park, though, yeah?
We did. I don't think we're going to do it again.
Okay.
It's a little too bulky to
You
fit.
guys are becoming seasoned vets at this Disney experience.
Yeah. No, it's...
You guys are becoming Disney people.
We were... Well, I mean, not to a crazy extent. I will tell you...
I don't know. You guys go there a lot.
Yeah. We go a lot. And we go for special events.
You go to all the special events.
And we...
Have you seen the dragon yet?
They only did it once. It's only going to happen once. It only happened at the press thing.
That sucks.
Whatever. The fucking fact is that I got to see Fantasyland before the press.
Yeah.
And there was only like 100 people in there.
I know this doesn't directly relate to a lot of people out there in internet land because you don't live in Orlando or whatever, what have you. So this may not interest you, but how is the new fantasy section of the park?
It's fucking, dude. I'll give you a fucking spoiler alert ahead of time. But we went into this. They have a Belle thing. It's called Story Time with Belle.
Okay.
Right. And basically, what they do is they take you.
Belle from Beauty and the Beast.
Yes.
Okay.
And they take you and you go into the shack of her father, that little fat guy with the gray hair. Right. He's balding. And you go into his shack, and then what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to go through this. Like, you're supposed to look in the mirror and say, "Go back to the day that Belle fell in love with Beast," or whatever, right? And then they pick people out of the audience to stand up there and kind of act it out with a girl that's dressed up as Belle, right?
Okay.
Now, the fucking crazy thing is, the first time we went in, is you look at the mirror and you say, "Go back to the day," everybody in the room says, "Go back to the day that Belle fell in love with Beast." And then the fucking mirror starts to
break
move.
Away? Oh.
It just moves. It expands.
That's crazy.
It looks like a mirror, and then it starts to expand, and then it goes down to the floor, and all of a sudden, where you didn't see a crack in the middle, a crack opens up, and it's a fucking door. And I cursed out loud the first time.
Or you're like, holy shit.
Yeah. Because I was like, that's a fucking door. Like, and I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
But, so there's that. And then they have the restaurant, the Be Our Guest, which we just, when you walk into the Be Our Guest restaurant, it looks exactly like
the movie,
the dance scene from the movie.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And then they have the West Wing. I know a lot about Disney. So the West Wing is where he kept the rose and everything in Beauty and the Beast.
The off
Whatever.
limits section
Yeah,
of the manor.
exactly.
Yeah.
And but we went and ate there the other night, and it was shit.
Yeah, food was bad, eh?
It was no, the food was fine. I guess it wasn't.
Was it fine dining?
That's what they want it to be.
Oh, but that's not.
But
what
we
it is.
didn't get it. Our waiter was shit, and my brother-in-law is a waiter for Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah,
And
that's a hard place to be a waiter at.
yeah,
Cheesecake Factory is one of the most difficult places to be a waiter at because the extent of the menu.
yeah.
It is one of the craziest menus I've ever seen.
He was talking about that.
Yeah, like literally, their menu is probably 4 to 5 times larger than any other normal chain restaurant. Like
Because it's
Outback or-
everything. It's everything.
Everything, yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's people. There's so many different options with each plate. Like that's a very very hard place to work.
It'd be a hard place to eat at for me.
It is difficult. Like when they come around for the second time and they're like, "Are you ready to order yet?" You're like, "I'm
No,
only on page 18."
Yeah, I'm only on chapter 3.
Yeah.
So we ate there. The new Fantasyland is awesome, but the dining experience for the price is not worth it. This is fucking boring. What are we doing? Disney talk.
Well,
I know I got stuck on it.
I'm curious.
No,
I'm fascinated.
It's
'cause I haven't
fucking.
been,
I mean, it looks awesome as
Yeah.
a whole. The only cool thing is that mirror.
yeah.
Otherwise, like
How big is it size
It's
wise?
not that big. They still are working on something that's not going to be open until 2014.
It's the
The Snow White mine cart.
right,
yeah.
All right, well, fuck it. We're gonna take another break because
We have to.
We're past it. We are going to I'm gonna jump into the second break playlist. Hopefully, you guys can hear it this time. The first band you're gonna hear is one of my favorite bands of all time. It's the Deftones, and the song is called "Around the Fur." And you're listening to Corey and AJ's Degenerate School of Wizardry. We will be right back.
This virus, not God. isn't the problem, but the questions you solve. Until you discover that your comfort has a price, you'll be left alone as you better realize. When the world explodes, you'll be light years away from home. We all get cold if you're cold. If the world explodes and you're not where you want to go, you're holding on to what's you lose it in your grip, so we're gonna have to take a trip. It only takes a minute if you want to live. You've got to put your pride down before it tears your insides out. It only takes a minute to travel worlds away in a day. When the world explodes, you'll be light years away from home. We all get cold if you're cold. If the world explodes and you're not where you want to go, you're holding on to what's Take my hand, float away, whatever light is away. Take my hand, float away, whatever light is. Take my hand, float away, whatever light is away. Take my hand, float away, whatever light is. When the world explodes, you'll be light years away from home. We all get cold if you're cold. If the world explodes and you're not where you want to go, you're holding on to what's wrong. When the world explodes, you'll be light years away from home. We all get cold if you're cold. If the world explodes and you're not where you want to go, you're holding on to what's
And we're back. You're listening to Corey and AJ's Degenerate School of Wizardry. That was one of my favorite bands, Minus Driver. The song is called Light Years, off of their EP that came out back in, I think, mid-90s. It's a band's been was around for a long time. They're no more, but anyways, if you want to call on the show, please do so.
Please do so.
Yeah, man. I know some of you motherfuckers out there have some embarrassing stories that you want to tell. Get it off your chest now. The number to do so is 920-CORRUPT.
We will give you our opinion or our running commentary. It's 920-CORRUPT or 920-267-7878.
And we're back for the third segment. And,
third and final segment.
AJ's got a couple topics he wants to talk about, so we're just going to jump right into those.
I'll start with the porn one. I was just telling you I wanted to talk about it. I was talking about it with my very good friend Trainwreck, yeah, or that's what we used to call him. This guy's sober these days.
Now we call him Bullet Train.
Yeah, yeah.
Always on time.
Highway to Heaven. Um, but we were talking today. I was asking him if he had seen, and have you seen this porn?
It's a genre?
I guess.
Okay.
Okay, but it's the regular porn stars you know and love to jerk off to, right?
Okay.
But they're with these dudes, these black guys, right?
Right.
And the guys' dicks are this big. They can't possibly be real,
They're not.
obviously.
They're
No,
not.
I know they're not. Is there people that like this? Is my first question before we get into any further of it.
Well, it's not just a black dude thing. I've seen white cocks that are completely fake,
okay.
and they have like this built-in pump
It almost seems like
system.
it's easier to fake the black dick, though. The white dick
I guess.
just looks. It looks plastic.
It looks plastic, yeah. But I also think it's funny that they have some sort of pumping device that pumps this
That's
fake
where I want to go.
ejaculate.
I want to
Yeah.
go with that.
Okay, go ahead.
That was something we were talking about, and first of all, because it's buckets.
Oh yeah,
It's buckets and buckets
that's like a gallon.
of semen, right? And yeah, like
This fake ejaculate, if you will.
it's basically heavy creamer or something.
Yeah.
And they just spray down these poor girls, and like as if their life wasn't sad enough that they are doing porn and meth, that now they're just being covered, rained down with heavy creamer, eggnog, and
Nothing puts you in the holiday cheer like a face shot full of eggnog.
But here's the
Ho,
thing,
ho,
like
ho.
I was thinking about if they wanted to make it a little more realistic, all right? Because
By the way, one of the most diverse podcasts you're ever going to listen to. We talking about Disney Fantasyland straight into giant black
fake wieners
cocks,
shooting
pumping
all
eggnog.
over the
It just occurred to me. I
girls
laughed
that
in my own head
girls that can't look their fathers in the eyes.
ever again.
Yeah. So I was thinking about if they wanted to make it more realistic, right? Because that guy, the whole time he's just spraying her down, right? He's going like the whole time. I feel like by the time he got it to the end of that 18-foot wiener, he'd be done. Like he'd be done orgasming, right? So this is what I was trying to explain to my manager was he'd be like, and then it would splat across her face, like it would
sonic boom.
30
You
seconds.
See
Yeah.
the jet fly by, and then like a couple seconds later, you hear the boom.
Exactly. And then on top of that, if it was real, right?
Uh-huh.
Not all of that is going to make it to the end. Right? Not all of that buckets of
Eggnog.
ejaculate, yeah, is going to make it to the end, which means he's going to have a couple painful pees till it works its way all the way through.
The multi-spray piss.
Which we've talked about.
Yeah.
We've talked about the multi-spray, and that's got to be the worst, right? I mean, it's like
It would look like it was that post-sex cum piss. It would look like a fucking white earthworm falling out of the
yeah, it would come out like soft serve ice cream. Or a fucking pimple, a popped pimple.
It's so gross. Yeah, I don't
It
understand.
would be like kidney stones all the time.
Have you seen the genre that's out there that uses those same fake cocks, but they're on chicks?
Yeah, and they have the girls have giant big old titties, right?
Yeah,
So
they're fake tits and they have like this giant fake dick. I don't get that. It
Um,
doesn't turn me on. Like
no.
I'm not fascinated by it in any way, shape,
No.
or form. And what I think actually, it's an offshoot of.
It's weird watching the video because on the video I just got to the part where I'm talking about the giant dicks.
But anyways, that was first, I guess you would say, imagined and brought to the forefront of pornography through Japanime.
Well,
Anime
yeah,
porn.
it's actually Thai. And do you know what the name of it is, actually?
I do not. know.
I'm not going to lie to you when I tell you this.
It's Naughty Bang Bang.
No, close. I don't know why it's called this, but it's called Farang Ding Dong. That's not a word I can make up. Even.
Farang Ding Dong.
Yeah.
Coincidentally, that is my stripper name on Thursday nights.
That's my Justin Bieber fan page name.
You can find me on Poker Stars.
Yeah, I'll be betting at the high stakes under Farang Ding Dong. Ding Dong is 2 words.
Holy shit, that's funny. What was the other thing you wanted to talk about outside of the porn thing? It was celebrity driven. Now, if you remember from episodes past,
Wait. I still want to talk about porn.
Oh, okay,
because
go
there's
ahead.
another thing that is weirding me out in porn, which is the cuckold, or it's basically like husband humiliation, which obviously it's also fake.
yeah, I don't like it.
But
I'm into
it's
gonzo
also
porn.
a black guy
Usually
beating
yeah.
the hell out of a white girl.
Yeah.
And she's like screaming at him, like, see why I like the
Big dicks.
Yeah, like big. You never did this. And then he's like in the corner, like smelling panties or wearing panties. Who likes that?
I don't know. I don't get it. For me, I think because I'm a fan of gonzo, like I don't like movies. I don't like, or I'm sorry,
plot.
I don't like plot-driven
Yeah.
porn. Anything of that nature. Just get to the
Yeah,
business.
yeah.
Let's let's cut the chase here. And so that falls under plot-driven porn for me, and
Okay.
it bores the shit out of me, and it's so unrealistic that like. Oh, I just got this guy out of jail today, and now he's gonna fuck me in front of you. And
Yeah.
look how big his dick is.
Yeah.
Like your dick is
And
so tiny.
the poor guy, if it was real, like,
Right.
she's like, you put panties on your face and suck this dildo.
And they do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
How much is that guy getting paid?
Nothing.
No, he's not really your husband, obviously.
I know, but he's a part
So-
of the production team for sure.
Well, he's getting paid.
Well, yeah. So he's the overhead. He's making money in that somewhere along the line, but he's not like a paid actor. It's not like you can go to your agent.
He doesn't have a
like,
Screen
hey,
Actors Guild card.
No. I'm looking for some acting work right now.
Yeah.
I'll take anything. I'm like, well, we got this humiliation
Well,
thing.
you get to watch a black guy beat the shit out of a white girl and call you a faggot. And
you get to suck on panties
yeah.
and smack yourself in the face with a dildo.
those are benefits.
And that guy's like, I'm in.
I'm sold.
Let's do this.
You're the best agent ever. Thank you. You're like Jeremy Piven.
The best agent ever.
The other thing I wanted to talk about was, I guess it's kind of in the same thing. Speaking of Screen Actors Guild, but our celebrities have gone crazy, and I know this isn't new,
right.
But just going, it start with the obvious. Tom Cruise,
Right.
the guy's a fucking maniac. I don't know who keeps giving him roles.
I think his insanity is a part of the celebrity disease that I believe that these people develop.
I feel like I know what you're talking about, and I feel like it doesn't happen as much now as it used to, though.
I
You
don't
what I mean?
know.
The early '90s were such a weird time in everybody's
Well,
lives.
What I meant by the celebrity disease, they get told constantly by yes people and their
Yeah.
handlers
Right.
that they're fantastic and everything
Okay.
that they do is great, and it builds this like megalomaniac complex in their brain where they honestly believe, because they've been told constantly that they're amazing, that anything they do is amazing, even if it's crazy.
Right.
And they buy into it. And unfortunately for someone like Tom Cruise, his celebrity crazy illness is also coupled with Scientology.
Right.
So
right.
he's got like religious crazy and celebrity crazy, and that is just a clusterfuck of
But who,
insanity.
Now, who is he hiring that, go back, 8 years, I guess, when he did the Today Show with Matt Lauer, and he's saying, nobody knows or nobody needs antidepressants
Right,
and
yeah.
all that. There's nobody in his stable saying no, or because he's had so many yes men, that wasn't what he wanted to talk about, but he got out there and just started saying crazy shit.
Well, Well, that's part of the whole handler complex, I think, is or the problem with handlers is that they're on your payroll, so they are not going to tell you no unless you have a publicist who has your best interest in mind. But
Well,
crazy
shouldn't your
sells.
publicist? Yeah, it does
Crazy
sell.
sells, and they know that they're fucking.
But at the same time, his movies, and you can go right there with fucking Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
Mel Gibson, neither one of them have done a great movie that's done great in the box office. I mean, the first
in a
movie,
long time. I mean, I think. Well, here's the problem.
Fucking
Maybe not here in the United States, but Tom Cruise is killing it still overseas, in like the European and Asian
we've
market.
talked about this
Yeah.
because they over
They're
there
superstars.
love everything we do as
Right.
far as entertainment.
But case in point, Mission Impossible, the last one that came out starring Tom Cruise, it did. It
Well,
did
that was an
crazy good
established
series.
franchise.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
But it still did crazy good.
same thing
in
with the Batman
Asian-
series. Fucking Christian Bale being a fucking douchebag and losing his mind on like some dude who has a
gaffer.
nervous tick. Yeah. Like,
And that dude like freaked out on his family when they came on set.
yeah. I
Dude,
mean,
it's just a straight asshole.
yeah, he really is. Whitney Houston before she died.
Yeah. Did you see the interview with Bobby Brown?
No.
It was actually really interesting because Bobby Brown has gotten a really bad rap through this whole ordeal for getting her hooked on drugs, so on and so forth.
Right.
But in that interview, he basically came out and said, "Listen, man, Whitney was into all that stuff before we even got together."
Well, it's easy.
It's like
It's
a bomb-
easy for him to say though. She can't stick up for herself.
But there's been people that have backed his statements,
Okay.
like old handlers and whatnot. So, was that a poisonous relationship because they were both enabling each other? Absolutely. But to come out and know that he did not get her involved in that, to me,
right. Dude, if I was famous, I would need the absolute best fucking handler. Like, I need
Yes.
somebody shoving me into cars with jackets on my head all the time.
even if you're not doing anything wrong.
Yeah, just
come out
don't
of
let me
Starbucks.
say, don't
Just-
let me talk.
Yeah.
Don't let me talk, because I'll be like, yeah, well, Puerto Ricans don't tip very well. And I'm famous, and it's just not a nice thing to say.
You would be TMZ
Uh,
gold.
Yeah.
They would
Speaking
be
of
up
that,
your ass all the time.
I know that that we talked a little bit about this, but Cat Williams has fucking gone crazy, and he
Really?
hasn't even been famous for what? It's been maybe 5 years,
Right.
Tops. He
Keeps getting arrested. I love it.
Yeah, he's been arrested like 6 times in the last year and a half.
The dude's a millionaire.
Yeah.
And he got, the last time he got arrested, well, maybe it wasn't the last time because apparently there was a recent incident, but
Yeah.
he was arrested for breaking into his neighbors' homes and stealing shit.
Yeah,
And he lives in a gated community mansion homes, and he would just get fucking drunk as shit. And
or
then,
something.
Yeah.
He looks bad. He looks really bad.
Yeah, high, drunk, whatever it is, and he would break into people's homes and steal shit, and just to do it, just to do it. Like he wasn't
open
selling
hand-
it or anything. He was just
he just wanted to take their stuff.
he just wanted to break into someone's house.
I don't know if is that and not to be so crazy white, but that whole thing we did with Michael Vick, where it's he's a product of where he came from, and it's a learned behavior.
Well, no, I don't know. That's a hard part to argue because I think everybody is a case by case situation, right? So we don't really know his background.
Right.
So he may just felt like breaking into someone's home. And like when you have that celebrity disease, you think you're above the law. And for the most part, you are.
It's fucking crazy to me because he literally smacked the shit out of a 19-year-old white guy that worked at Target.
Yo, tell me the story. I haven't heard it.
It was literally, I mean, there's 2 stories.
Okay.
There's
His story.
the white guy that works at Target,
Right.
who was later fired, by the way.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
No, and he's like, of course it was because of this. And Target's like, it wasn't because of that.
Right.
He was late twice. But yeah, basically
He ate a
on the
kazoo
video,
on his break and didn't pay for it.
exactly on the video you can't tell what they're saying, but the white guy seems like he's like, "Well, sir, you can't
Right.
do the things that you were doing," and
Stop jerking off in
Yeah.
the little kid toy aisle, please,
and
sir.
Cat Williams just open hand smacks him in the face,
Mm-hmm.
right? And right after that, that was like the third or fourth time he had been arrested in a year and a half.
Okay.
And Cat Williams was like, "I'm retiring from comedy,"
What?
which seems like you're going through the worst time in your life. Okay,
Take a
one of
break.
your handlers needs to put you in a rehab or something,
Right.
and then B, you need to come out of there with the best fucking material in your life
Of all times.
Yeah.
The best material
Because
ever.
every
Prison
comedian-
material,
yeah.
rehab material, being in the press material, the behind the scenes of all that, dealing with your lawyers. Oh, God.
Now, what do you think of this? I read an article today, Cat Williams talking about Quentin Tarantino.
Okay.
Because apparently in Django Unchained, well, I'll say it, I don't care. The word nigger is used 116 times.
Right.
Okay, so first Spike Lee came out and was very respectful, but was like, Quentin Tarantino shouldn't be doing this.
Right.
Right? And the guy from the Chappelle Show that was Ashy Larry, the
Okay.
chubby bald guy,
Yeah, I know.
came out and made fun of Spike Jonze. Was like,
Yeah, what?
he's just making movies. Why are you breaking his fucking balls?
And for any other director to come out and say anything against Quentin Tarantino in this instance, I think is hypocritical,
Yeah,
to
I
say the
can't-
least, because he's an artist. If you would categorize
Yeah.
directing as that, and
Artistic
he's-
license and
he's-
freedom of speech.
Yeah, he's creating an image, and his image.
Well, this isn't the first
uses-
time. Didn't he drop the N-bomb in some other movie?
I'm sure he has.
Like Pulp Fiction with the cleaner or something like that?
I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
I can't say yes or no one way or the other.
I know that
However,
he didn't direct, he wrote True Romance, and Christopher Walken.
Oh, yeah.
Or is it Christopher Walken?
Oh yeah.
That does a whole fucking monologue about it.
No, that is Pulp Fiction.
No. When he talks about the Moors.
Oh no, you're right. That
It's
is
True Romance, yeah.
it's True Romance.
But then, so Cat Williams came out and threatened to kick Quentin Tarantino's ass for dropping the N-bomb so many times in a movie and saying, who gave Quentin his pass on that? Was it Samuel L. Jackson or Jamie Foxx? They won't be there to help him if I run into him.
Yeah, fuck you,
Who is
guy.
this guy?
Yeah, listen, dude, you are the size of a chihuahua.
You've
number
had
one.
3 comedy specials.
Yeah, and
That-
he's like literally
Ralphie May has more comedy specials than you.
Yeah, but I would say Cat Williams is is higher up on the food chain.
Yeah.
And he's actually probably food prey for someone like
Yeah.
Ralphie May.
You know, I really feel like comedy died when Greg Giraldo died, man.
For me personally, I have not been interested in any of these celebrity roasts
Since he died?
Since
he was the only
passed.
funny one.
Yeah, and Jeffrey Ross is
I like him. I'm
he's
okay.
hilarious.
Yeah.
But
He's no Greg Giraldo.
no, nowhere near it. And I feel like he may feel pressure to try to live up to a standard that he can't fulfill.
No.
And it shows, on
Well, there's
stage.
other ones. There was other guys that aren't on there anymore, like Adam Ferrara, right?
Yeah.
That was his name?
They got the whole new kid crew that's in there,
No, now
and
they-
when I say kid crew, they're late 20s, but
Well, they also bring in the shitty comedians, or they bring in the shitty celebrity friends
right, that aren't
who
comedians.
aren't comedians, but they have somebody writing for them, which
Right.
is not okay.
No, not at all.
No.
And it's usually one of the other comedians that's a part of the roast.
Well, yeah, and then the thing is that the Friars roasts when they started, it was comedians making fun of comedians.
Right.
Now we're fucking roasting people that the world roasts every day.
Exactly.
Pamela Anderson, really?
How many hepatitis jokes were there?
Exactly.
Like, every single person dropped one.
And
It's
on
like,
top of that, she makes a joke of herself by wearing a shirt that's completely see-through.
right.
I totally jerked off to that roast.
That's funny.
It's as close as I'll get to hepatitis if I can help it.
Shit.
All right, you ready
beat it
to
so hard you roasted your own cock.
you ready to
It's,
call this a?
a failure?
No, it's not terrible.
It was bad.
It's not our worst.
No, but the technical issues, man, it's a fucking
fine.
ball buster, you know.
It's fine. Look, I'm not breaking your balls, and if
No, I
anybody
know.
was going to, it'd be me. But maybe I am by not doing it. Just want to stare at you in your stupid eyes.
I guess we're gonna call it a night. No one called in.
Nope.
First episode where we haven't had a caller. Thanks
Yeah.
a lot, you fucking slack asses, because I know there's a good chunk of people watching right now.
How many?
Hang on, I can tell you 1 second.
Yeah, tell me now. You didn't tell me at the beginning.
I didn't know at the beginning, but I can tell you right now. Hang on. So next week will be a Friday show.
Yeah. Yep.
Friday show.
Friday. From here on out, Friday shows for
Not
the most
from
part.
here on out, for the most part.
For the most part, as much as we possibly can. It's just been tough with the holidays. By the way, I want to thank Space Brain for the opening music. I'll do it every fucking week, and I don't know if we've done it enough, but I do want to thank Aaron Humiston again. You can check him out on deviantart.com. His name is Bass Ackwards.
Right.
And so check him out on there. He also has a comic called Band, which you guys should check out. Go on Facebook and like the comic Band. So I definitely wanted to get that out there. We haven't thanked him enough.
We still need to get that.
The high res, he's going to put it up on a page because it's too big of a file to send to you.
Okay. Well, just get it somewhere so
We'll
we
get it.
can,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
can
yeah.
make some merch or something here. I think the high point tonight was 39 viewers,
There we go.
which isn't bad. I'll
No.
take that. 39 viewers all day long.
Yeah, buddy.
And for everyone that was
Not talking in our
not talking,
in our social stream or fucking calling. Thanks for nothing, you fucking freeloaders.
we had the high point of our viewers. What did I just say? 38,
39.
39. It dwindled down through this last segment, and now there's currently 5 people watching.
You cocksuckers.
Well, now it's 4 people.
This is a thankless,
That's awesome.
true artist thankless. That's
That-
what I take solace in.
That was pretty amazing. We're closing this show out tonight with a band that is on hiatus. All these bands that are no more. Anyways, this is the Esoteric, and the name of this song is Ram-Faced Boy. And thank you for joining us. We do appreciate everyone that checked us out tonight. And we will see you next week, Friday.
This has been Corey and AJ's Degenerate School of Wizardry. Please don't call them eggplants.